Well, good morning and welcome to Cityline, zooming from my kitchen to your home. It's great to be with you. We have a wonderful hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with Erin Gwinnett. She is with the Tacoma Refugee Choir, and they have an event coming up you don't want to miss. The Lutheran Community Services Northwest Home Care is here to talk about the services that they provide for our elders who may need a little extra care now during this season. Tacoma Urban League, Latasha Wortham. She is the chair of their board of directors, and they have their Empowerment Awards coming up. So you don't want to miss that segment. And then Julie from the Humane Society for Tacoma and Pierce County will be here to talk about our pet of the week. And with me right now is someone who I just love and adore. And I think that everybody in Tacoma feels that way. I'm talking about Duke Paulson. He is the executive director of the Tacoma Rescue Mission. Welcome back, Duke.
Thanks for having me, Amanda. This is always fun.
Oh, it's so fabulous to have you here. And so much has been happening with the rescue mission since I had you on last time. So for people perhaps who are not aware of what the Tacoma Rescue Mission does and how it operates and who they serve, let's get into it. How many individuals does the mission serve on a daily basis?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's fun because it's complicated. We are known for providing food and shelter for people who are experiencing homelessness. But on top of that, we also do counseling and education, career building, rehab and recovery from addiction programs. So any given day, we probably have about 450 to 500 people that are being served by the rescue mission.
That is impressive. Now, I have had the pleasure and the privilege. It seems like 5 million years ago when we were in the studio on the comfy couch, you brought with you your chef who makes these beautiful meals. So I don't think that most people know about the incredibly talented kitchen and the crew that you have there. So would you tell us about that team?
Sure. And actually, I know, Amanda, you and I, Chef Andrew, who runs our kitchen, it's his birthday today, or he would be on with me because this is his favorite time of year. Because his heart and the heart of our kitchen staff is to love people with food. And so they work really hard to prepare hand-cooked meals for all the guests that come through. And because of the pandemic, that's been impacted and having to go to go meals and boxes. And so he's been blue, struggling with that. But it is his birthday today. And so I just want to say happy birthday to Chef Andrew. And thank you so much for all the hard work you put in. And thank you for actually taking a day off.
Yes, Chef Andrew, I do remember him talking about the ham. There were a ton of hams he was smoking, the turkeys he was brining. And if you did not know that he was preparing this for the clients of the rescue mission, you would think he was describing a 4-star Michelin-rated restaurant.
Yes, it's absolutely how he sets it up. Barbecues to our parking lot. Smoking and roasting and barbecuing going on for days beforehand to really make Thanksgiving a special memory for people and just a time for people to come in. And he wants them to feel like it's what anyone would think of as a traditional loving Thanksgiving meal.
I love that. So I'm looking at my window and it's a little cold right now, which makes me think that winter is on its way. How do your numbers change in the winter time? When the temperature starts to drop?
So we see a shift, pretty dramatic shift when the temperature drops. More and more people coming in to stay with us and being full. And then we have, over the years, on freezing nights and nights when the weather's really bad, whether it's high wind, storm, rain, et cetera, allowing more people in. So on those nights, we've increased our capacity by 30 to 40% to allow more people in. And the problem is that because of the pandemic, we're not able to do that this winter. And so we are seeing a reduction in the number of people we can serve in our current facility. And fortunately, there's other organizations that are also not being able to fully use our facilities. So we have a couple of partnerships that we're doing with schools. Bellarmine was one of the high profile ones. We have another school that is coming online to work with us. And as soon as they give me permission, I would tell you their name. But just a wonderful organization. And it will allow us to get to our normal winter capacity for serving people through those partnerships. And this is temporary. This will get us into the winter, this winter, hopefully serving enough people, but really partnering with the community. And just the unique challenge also, but it means we're running shelters on 3 other locations right now. So we are spread out, but loving the chance to serve people and help in any way we can.
Oh, so beautifully organized. Now we have to add on to that COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So how has that impacted the shelter heading into this winter?
Yeah, as I was saying, we went from normally we'd have 100 in our men's shelter, we'd have 190 people, and this winter we can only have 90, and that's converting our dining room into a dorm. And our women's shelter that we just opened, that we were planning to have 100 ladies in, we're only going to be able to have a max of about 68 to 70. So it's impacting our use of space and then amount or volume of people we can have. The good news is, because of those changes, we've been really safe. We have not had any outbreak or any pandemic implications that have caused us to be concerned. And we do some really great things like having temperature checks when people come in and all kinds of stuff for safety. And have really been a safe place for people still. So we're excited to continue what we can do and then partner to expand so that we can serve more people.
It feels like to me, Duke, and I think if it feels like this to me, I can't imagine what it feels like to you and your team, that the need is so great now in terms of shelters and in terms of food. We have food is free tables are out. We sell victory gardens all during the spring and summer, and maybe some still exist now in the fall. Based upon that and the need, how many meals does the mission serve on a daily basis? And we're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Is that right?
Yeah. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we're serving 450 plus meals a day. And so it's a pretty high volume right now.
That is incredible. 450 people. And obviously, I mean, you're talking about boxed meals, as you said.
Yep.
Talking about social distancing. So just the sheer act of love of serving a meal has become even more complicated and even larger now because of the demand.
Yes. Yeah. And we've seen an increase in demand, and an increase in the volume of people coming through, and it's heartbreaking. It's hard, but it's good to be able to have that opportunity and have, know people are getting lots of opportunity to find food that are struggling.
I always ask you this, and I want to ask you this again because I think it bears repeating. What do your clients look like?
That's a wonderful question, because one of the things that we want to do is not just provide a service, but be a safe place for the individual. And so we have people come in that we learn their name and we want to welcome them by name. And we want to look at them and see each one of them and recognize them as a unique and cherished individual that's beautifully and wonderfully made, and recognize that value, and that we're all similar. Just the genomic, we're 99.85 whatever percent all the same, no matter what race, nationality, ethnicity, all the other stuff that comes from. And so we're not perfect, but we strive to always bring everyone in as the best way we can. And the people that come in, we have people that come in in a suit jacket sometimes that look like they could have just come from an interview. We have people come in that look like they've been living on the street for 15 years. Men, women, we serve families and children. So it is really a cross section of the entire community that we serve at any given day.
Yeah, the working poor, as we have learned to talk about, those Alice families, that they have to choose between gas money and eating.
Yeah, and we serve a lot more people. There's people that stay with us, but we serve meals to more people even that stay with us. So there's more people that are coming in that we're just part of their ability to survive and provide food above and beyond just the meal or the bed nights and shelters that we provide.
So, of all the services that you provide, what is your greatest need right now for this critical season ahead, and how can we help?
Yeah, last year I talked about the importance of Thanksgiving. People bring in turkeys and food, and then we serve that right away, and we also save it and freeze it, and we use that over the course of the year. In the winter, towels and socks and jackets are always in short supply. Because of our expansion, we have a specific need right now because we need blankets and sheets because we're setting up new locations with bedding that we haven't had before. And so we're in short supply for just basic bedding stuff, long single sheets and blankets. And so and our community is wonderful in supporting this, but that's our specific need that we're walking into this next couple of months.
So, how can people get involved in terms of being a part of the solution? And where should people drop off those sheets and blankets and anything else that they feel like somebody could use?
Yeah, so we have kind of exciting news. We have you can always drop stuff off at the Rescue Mission's downtown campus on South Tacoma Way. We're close to the Tacoma Dome and the Acme building on Pacific Avenue and South Tacoma Way. We have a new drop-off location that just opened 3 days ago on 6th Avenue, right by Legendary Donuts, the old Crescent Moon place right there. It's now painted green. That's a new drop-off spot for the Tacoma Rescue Mission where people can donate. So we kind of have locations on two sides of the city right now. So either of those locations, Monday through Friday and Saturday from 10 to 2, are great to drop stuff off with us.
Duke, I can't thank you enough for your time and for your heart, for your faith, for your love, for your ability to see beyond the circumstances of what and how people arrive at the mission and to see them for the gifts and for the beautiful souls that they are. You inspire me and you inspire so many people. And it's always a warm bath to have you on Cityline. So thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. I have the pleasure of working for an amazing organization that's mission is to serve people. And so I just get to reflect that. And thank you for shining a light on that in your loving and generous way. So thank you.
My pleasure, my dear, my pleasure.